Here we have a simple resume template, open document text file. This is not really a template file. To make this a template file, we're going to save this file, save as, and we're going to change the document type to OTT, Open Text Template. And if this were a calc spreadsheet, it would be OTS. And you'll know if it's a template or not because it says Open Document Template right there. So now we're saving this as a template, and we're going to save this on our desktop. Our template saved on the desktop is just like any other file. We can rename it, we can email it, but because it's a template, when we double click to open it, it opens as an untitled, just like our templates in our File Templates folder. In this example, we want to add some date fields to the template. We're looking at a work order that we want to make a template, and we want to make the date of request to be the date we originally started the document, and we want the printed on date to be the current date or date we're opening the document. I'm going to put in the date of request, insert, fields, other, document. We want to make this a date, and this one should be date fixed. We went over this earlier in a previous tutorial, so I'll go over this quickly, just as a review. Inserting the fixed date. Now, I don't even have to get out of here. I can keep that dialog open, go to the printed on date, make that the date, insert, close, and we can tell these are fields because they're gray. View, you can turn off the field shadings, turning those back on. We can also turn on the field names. Now we see that this is date fixed and this is date. Let's change that back. Now we want to save this as a template. File, save as, OTT. And we can also put this in our templates with File, Templates, Save, and we'll just call this work order. So this is now on the desktop as well as in our templates file. We may want to organize our templates files. To do that, we go down to File, Templates, Organize, and we've got a lot in our templates file. We want to add a new one. If I click in this white space, it doesn't allow it. I need to click on one of these other folders, any one of them, right-click, New, and I can add a new folder. We'll call this one Maintenance. And we want to move the work order to the Maintenance folder. I just drag and drop, and there it is. If you're going to create labels, like for return address or so, you don't necessarily have to create your own template. New. We got labels and we have business cards. We're looking at labels at the moment. Business cards is real similar. And here we can put in our return address if we want a full page of return addresses. And here's a very common one here in the US, Avery letter size 5160 address. I'm going to create a new document. And there we see, we just type in what we want to show up in those labels. Now, these are frames. We haven't gone over that yet. There's a way to make these in tables, and one way is going to this website, and I'll put a link on my website to this one. Here's what this site looks like, worldlabel.com, openoffice.org, uses the same format as LibreOffice, that open document text format, and it's really nice here. You've got your label size, the item, what it is in Avery, labels per sheet, a little description. Here we see the one I just had open, 5160. I can download this, and I would want the .ott. And we see that it's opened as a table. This other file, I'll put a link to this one on my site as well. This is an OXT file. If I double click this, it asks me if I want to add this to my LibreOffice 3.5. I can click OK and accept it, or let me cancel out. Another way to get this in, File, Open, go to my desktop, find my piece of puzzle here, and I'm going to open it this way. And again, I get the same result. It's asking me if I want to add this to LibreOffice 3.5. I'm going to say OK. And it's in. Closing this. Now when I go down to Templates, File, New, Templates and Documents, look at all the templates I have. It added all these in. Now, you might have to go out to the internet to find out what a World Label 1125 is, but I do know that World Label number 25 is an Avery 5167 label sheet. Notice there's also labels with rounded corners, labels with square corners, oval-shaped labels, CD and media. If you've got some CDs and you want to create a label for it, you might have to check again what the World Label OL 1200 is, WL 5150. I believe this is a CD label. And Emmanuel Rosa, well, thank you, Emmanuel, for creating this.